Hi, this is Tim from tellsfromthecollection.com, and I wanted to talk a little bit about how to get autographs from via venue addresses. And this via venue are could be a playhouse where there's a play going on, or it could be the set of a movie or a TV show. And instead of writing to an agent or PO box, you would send a letter to a celebrity asking for their autograph via the set where the film is actually being recorded and produced. So, how do you find those addresses? It's not as permanent as an agent address, so you got to be doing a little bit more research. But one of the tools that I like to use is Production Weekly, and kind of just like what it sounds like, it's a weekly publication that talks about all current productions, both movies and TV shows, and gives you a lot of good information. If you go to productionweekly.com, they have a free sample that they'll let you see basically what they got going on, and we're on their website right now. So productionweekly.com /category/sample will let you see basically what an issue looks like. So this one they have is from, it says August 25th, although looks like it was from September 6th. Okay, so they don't give you a current issue, because obviously it's a paid subscription service, so they're giving you somewhat of an outdated issue to look at, but it's okay. All of them are formatted exactly the same, so you can look at this one and see exactly what kind of information is on there. Basically, as you go down, you'll see the production title. This is the title of the film or the TV show that's being produced. And then you usually have the production company's, the name of the company, and then right directly underneath that is the address for the production company. And typically you want to see something that you have the location right here. It says Los Angeles. The production company's address is in Hollywood. So typically you want to see these two match up, because that way you know that it's going to be filmed in Los Angeles, and you have an address that's at least close to Los Angeles. So we can be pretty reasonably assured that when you're sending a letter of request to the Abbott Elementary production office at this address right here, you're probably getting it to where all the actors are going to be. Status is August 16th, so that means that it started filming August 16th. Usually it will give you all the main people who are integral to the production. So producer, director, writer, and the cast. If the production is still pretty far out, might only have the producers and the writers perhaps. Cast doesn't get determined until a little bit later sometimes. So depending on how far out they have it listed, you might have to wait for subsequent issues to come out for more information to be updated on their listing. But so not only do you have the address on here, you have who is integral to the production, but you also have email addresses here as well. So you can look, here we have for harityproduction@gmail.com, harity.pr@wbconsultant.com, and a phone number for the production as well. So aside from actually just writing your letter, you also have these email leads and even a phone number which you can call and actually talk to somebody, see if they accept fan mail, maybe see if you can grease the wheels a little bit and get them to forward your email to the celebrity, or see if they have a specific protocol, if they have a better address to write to, something like that. Those are all good leads to have. So you kind of get a lot of really good information about all these productions, and additionally you have kind of a synopsis of what the film is going to be about. Generally this isn't extremely useful, but it could be good if you're writing when you're writing your letter. You want to read the synopsis of what they're working on. If something resonates with you, you can include that in your letter, and that might be something good. Also down at the bottom, you have this date range. Usually all the productions will have a date range, or at least most of them will. And just like we had status up here, August 16th, well, here again we see August 16th. through November 5th. So this gives you an idea of when the production will be underway. So it should start August 16th and it should end about November 5th. So that gives you a really good idea of when this address is going to be good, right? So you don't want to send before August 16th because nobody will be there, and you don't want to send after November 5th because, again, nobody will be there. They will have wrapped production, and it'll be in post-production at that point. So that's kind of your Goldilocks zone, I guess you could say, of when you want to send. And let's see, this whole thing has 43 pages with about at least 3 productions on each page. So there's a lot of content on each one of these production weeklies. I mean, it usually takes me about an hour to go through this whole thing because I'm scanning the cast and the producers, directors, writers, seeing if there's anyone who I'm interested in writing, and usually I'll just go through it and I'll highlight the whole section for what I want. Let's say I'm trying to write Tyler James Williams here. I would just copy this into a text document, and then just get all the ones that I want, and then after that I can just copy out the address and who I'm writing to, and then just write my letters from there. So you kind of have to do a little bit of a triage because this list is so long. You just pick out the good ones that are relevant to you. And I mean, this has a very wide range of productions. I mean, all the way from small independent ones to the big blockbuster Marvel or Lucasfilm productions that you might be interested in. So there's probably going to be something for everybody here. But I read it every month. Every week, and I've gotten a lot of good addresses, good successes from there. A lot of the big celebrities, they don't really sign via their agent anymore. So if you want to get someone who's like an A-list celebrity, this is probably basically the only way left that you're going to be able to do it. The only problem is that Production Weekly is quite expensive. A lot of people will go in on it as a group and kind of split the cost, which is how I recommend doing it, because otherwise the cost is quite prohibitive otherwise. But yeah, if you want to get the view venue addresses that even if you have a paid service like Star Tiger, almost none of these addresses are ever on there. So this is really the way to get it. And I think the downside is that these addresses a lot of the times are untested. So there is it's not like a tried and true agency address where you see a bunch of people getting it. It's a safe bet that you're going to get a response. This is something where it's a short-term venue, and you might be the first person writing here. So you really gotta it's kind of trial and error thing, and even though there's a high risk of not getting a return, there's a good reward too. Yeah, so if you found this useful, please go to talesfromacollection.com. We have a lot of good content there, how-to guides, stuff like that. You can check out the kind of successes I've got from using Production Weekly and other sources as well, and I think you will find it quite useful. So head over to the site, check it out. Please comment below if you found this useful. Give it a like, that really helps. I appreciate all the support. Thanks.